We have reached that moment in time that Andrea told me earlier she's really looking forward to.
Liar, liar,
quiz.
pants on fire.
Well, there's a good point by you. The OTR pop quiz.
Oh, here we
you
go.
ready? So let's start with some history on the job that you want. Okay, you ready? History on the job that you want. If you are elected Attorney General, you would be the first woman of color to ever hold that position in Massachusetts. It was Ed Brooke who first broke the color barrier here in Massachusetts in 1962. This is a true or false question. Ed Brooke was the first African American in any state to be elected Attorney General. Is that true or false?
That's true.
That is true.
Whoa,
I have to
you
remind folks of that sometimes.
Nailed
actually.
it. You're 1 for 1. You're a graduate of UCLA Law School. Another graduate, Kelly Purdue, is an American business person with an unusual claim to fame. So what is that unusual claim to fame? Winner of season 2 of The Apprentice, star of season 5 of The Bachelor, Olympic gold medalist for fencing.
Have you ever seen any of these events, first of all?
I'm
or
like,
shows?
absolutely not.
But it's a UCLA-er,
I know. I have no idea. I'm going to say A.
and you nailed it.
Is it really true?
You are,
You look so
That
surprised.
just sounds awesome.
I know, right?
You're a apprentice winner. I
guessed
love that.
What was the other one? The Bachelor. I guessed that one when we rehearsed it. All right. And now we're going to turn to some crime fiction. This is crime fiction.
I'm a nonfiction person. But go
okay,
ahead.
well, all right. Well, there you go. Walter E. Mosley is the author of a series of novels featuring private investigator Easy Rawlins. So your question is, Easy is his nickname, but what is his first name? Is it Ezra? Is it Emmett? Is it Ezekiel?
Let's say Ezekiel.
Well, you are 3 for 3.
Is it really? And I just like the name because it's a strong Bible name.
That was wonderful. You nailed it. All right. Here we
Let's
go.
see if she gets them all.
Ladies
know.
and gentlemen,
Ladies.
going
And
for
what
the perfect
prizes do
4
we
for
have?
4. Here we go. One of those novels, Devil in a Blue Dress, was made in a movie in 1995. Back to the true or false questions here. Lawrence Fishburne had a starring role in that movie. Is that true or false?
True.
Holy
You were
moly.
so close. You were
false?
that close.
Oh, I
to
thought she
going
got it
4 for
right.
4.
It was
no,
wrong.
No, no, she's got
It was
it
wrong.
All right.
Okay, you'll have to come back.
This
and-
was good, of course. We'll come
come-
back and do this again.
It is false.
Okay.
Great
But
job.
the
Great job.
Apprentice winner. I love that.
I know. Right?
So just before the pop quiz, we were talking about your relationship with the unions. Other well-publicized relationships that may have been frayed a bit during the primary include Mayor Michelle Wu and Senator Elizabeth Warren, who both endorsed Shannon Liss Reardon. So for voters that are going to be voting in just, 7 weeks, I think it is, are you more of a Charlie Baker leader than a Wu or Warren politician?
I'm Andrea Campbell, and I know my leadership is distinct from all of them. I will say I have connected with the mayor, I've connected with the senator, and they are fully supportive. And again, we're looking forward about doing the work. And I'm proud of that. If anything, this is an opportunity to remind folks that there is an election in November. This is a historic slate of candidates for almost every statewide office in Massachusetts, a
Are you a
historic
progressive?
number of women.
Are you a progressive?
I am a progressive, but I also say I'm a progressive who likes to make progress on the issues, and I'm also pragmatic. I like to get things done, and I like to do it with a sense of empathy, compassion, and a sense of urgency, and that's what our message was. It was getting out there talking to real people, and specifically naming how the AG's office could help with housing affordability, wealth gaps, racial disparities, mental health, and so much more. And so that's what I'll continue to do, is get out there and talk about ways in which the office can help a family, our seniors, and our young people.
And abortion rights, of course.
Absolutely, and everything related to the Supreme Court is another reason folks should really get involved in this race and get out and vote in November.
Well, and I want to talk about your particular race, because you now face Republican Jay McMahon, who is challenging you to 7 debates over the next 7 weeks. Will you, once a week, will you debate him that many times?
No,
No.
we're not doing 7 debates. I will
Will
say.
you commit to a number?
So we'll see, and of course I've gotten this question. I will tell folks and viewers, we just had a debate less than a month ago. It was in Worcester. It was done by the Worcester Bar Association, a local college, but there was no media attention. And so it's online, it's live streamed, it's recorded. You can see us in action. At the end, he came up to me and said, "I thought you did an excellent job." I said, "Well, thank you, Jay." For me, the priority is, one, to thank our people who helped mobilize in this primary, and I'm still making thank you calls. And then, of course, to get out there to pockets of communities that haven't seen me, that we haven't been able to engage as much, including Western Mass, our rural communities, do the work, and we'll see about, of course,
but
debates.
debates have value, right? I mean,
Absolutely,
there's
and that's
value
why
in
I'm
doing
telling
it.
folks to look at that debate. It was an hour long.
Will you debate him again?
We'll see.
Oh,
We'll
you
see.
have not committed to any future debates at all?
Right now, I'm telling folks, look at that. We'll see. And then most importantly, prioritizing thank you calls, prioritizing getting out there, and of course,
But 7
we'll see.
weeks, and this is a pretty big position statewide. Some people would say it mandates at least 1 or 2 debates with 2 people that are vying for it.
I would
Do you
say
not
it
agree with
mandates a debate, and we just did one. If anything, what I'm happy about is
that? But a
we're
lot has
continuing
happened
to
since
get.
the primary, has it not?
Not really. Actually, not really. That debate literally was a few weeks or a couple of weeks before the primary. And so, if anything, you can see major distinctions. It was very substantive. It was an hour-long debate. And so I want folks to know that we did do that, and then we'll see about future debates and organizing those in the future. But right now, the priority is to get out there. We're getting more media attention on the race, which is good, to remind folks to get out and vote, and to most importantly, meet people where they are so they see us, they hear from our campaign, and we'll go from there.